I've actually just finished my black journal. I mentioned that I was like maybe 20 pages away. Well, I had a couple of pages left towards the end of this notebook that needed filled, and I'm pretty much done with this notebook. This is a whole page of vocabulary. I always keep some kind of vocabulary list in my journal. And then I was writing down like dates to remember. And then the past couple of pages, I've just been practicing my lettering. Like I've been practicing cursive. My handwriting is kind of a mix of cursive and not cursive, and it's not proper cursive. I don't know if I want to write in cursive all the time. I kind of like the way print looks as well, but I at least want to learn it so I know how to write some of the letters. So I've been playing around with different like cursive alphabets and stuff like that, and that's been really fun. I have a hard time writing small while I'm learning the cursive letters, so yeah, I was just writing some notes in cursive, trying to practice that. Lettering my name, stuff like that. And then doing some pen sketches. So this is a moleskin notebook, and I mentioned how I got these little red ones, and these pages are lined. And for everyday writing, I do like to have lines because it does keep things looking nice and neat. Things aren't curving and whatever. But there is a level of freedom that you get with complete blank pages, because you can put things wherever you want, and also you can sketch. The other day we went to a restaurant and I was just sitting outside like doodling some of the ducks that were around. But just for sketching in general, like you can really have a lot more freedom with blank pages. And so I'm thinking of actually getting another mini book. I don't know if I wish they had like a medium size. Like I don't want it to be quite a huge book, but maybe just slightly bigger than this would be perfect, like this size and a little longer, for like just sketching while I'm out and about. I feel like that would be really nice, because it's really nice to have lined pages for my everyday journaling and stuff like that. But I think for sketches, oh, and the other thing is I have been mixing sketching and writing in my notebooks for a long time now. And I think like a lot of it's brainstorming. Like these are designs that obviously I don't want to just lose completely. And when it's mixed with personal writing, it is kind of easier to get lost, because like when I'm finished with a book, I don't really look back at these. And at least recently, I know for a fact I've been drawing a lot more intermixed with personal journaling. So like even just little doodles. So I feel like it'd be kind of nice. I still want to incorporate both into my lined page book, but I'm thinking of buying another small one that has blank pages, just like this one, so that I can keep it just for sketches. Like have a notebook for personal journaling and then a notebook for messy sketches. I think that will help me keep track of things and not lose all of these little sketches that I've been doing, because they're all in the same book. And then I can also have the nice crisp lined pages for everyday journaling. Some of the things that I've been incorporating into my journals and like thinking more about what I want to incorporate, I kind of have different categories, I'd say. So one is like personal journaling. So anything about what's been happening throughout the day, what I want to do, thoughts on painting, thoughts on life, thoughts on goals that I have, music or movies, just kind of anything that I've been up to or been thinking about. So that's all personal journaling. Lettering practice could be another one. Vocabulary from books, book notes. The other thing is like note taking. So I have like a lot of different topics that I'm interested in that I would like to be taking notes on. Actually have another moleskin notebook. Anything that is like relearning stuff. Like it could be history, geography, percentages, math stuff that I'm trying to reteach myself. Anything like that, that's designated for that notebook, so it has no personal journaling. It's fine for me to write those things in this book, like with my personal journaling as a commonplace book, but I don't want to put anything like the personal stuff in that book. And then this little book is designated for art. For some reason, I feel more precious about this book than I ever have about this one. You know, things are a little bit more polished. It started out more as like a painting journal. Like these are watercolor paintings. So that's kind of always what it's been to me. And it definitely feels, the paper just feels more precious. But I have been doing more like I have been doing more pencil sketches in here. This is watercolor. This I was doing the phases of the moon and taking notes. So like I am mixing it up. It's a little bit more note taking. Yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I've been doing in here. But those are kind of my overall thoughts on everything before I properly start these books. But I'm actually really excited that this is finished. So I started this book in May. So it has been a little while, but it feels to have gone pretty quick. And I just always keep this in my bag for when I have an idea and stuff like that. But I'm really excited for these red ones. They definitely are a lot brighter and warmer, and they match the season coming ahead. So I'll be setting up these little ones soon, and I'll be probably getting another little sketchbook so that I can keep all my sketches separate. And I do want to start taking photos of them so that I have them all saved for if I ever want to work on like sticker designs and stuff like that. But as far as like paintings and stuff like that go, I would like to create some more like boards or just personal boards of photos that I have. I want to work on some acrylic paintings. I did a painting in the last video that didn't turn out very well, so I don't know if I'll be revisiting that this week or if I want to just start on some other paintings, like some smaller ones. But I think just finding some good reference photos would be the start, and then doing some studies and then working my way up to like a bigger finished painting. I hope that you've been having a good week and that it can be interesting for you to see. Good morning, it's the next day. I'm going to be setting up this notebook. So I'm gonna do a little bit of personal journaling. I have a couple of things that I want to take notes on and transfer into here. This paper got quite wrinkly because I glued these pictures and stuff on there. I don't love how this turned out, but I was just putting some pictures. The paper is quite thin in here, so I'm not gonna probably be adding a ton. It's mostly gonna be writing. I always feel nervous starting. actually going to head out right now. I'm going to be leaving the house, and I just took one of these notebooks out, and I'm going to put this notebook in instead. This is my informational journal. So I was writing sewings, like random things, basics of keeping sheep, wool process, print shops, historical, fractions, decimals. So literally anything that's like informational. And I really like this notebook. So I'm going to take, I don't know why I just closed it. I'm going to take this one and pop it in my leathered cover so that I can have all of these together to take. And then this one that I just started. So I will pop this one in as well. And then I'll have all my notebooks together in one spot. But see, once you have like a thick notebook and two smaller notebooks, it still has enough overlap, which is the way I designed this journal and cut it so that even if you add a thicker book, as you can see, it's not like super tight, like perfectly tight, but it does the job. So I'm gonna bring that. I'm also going to bring my little blue sketchbook, and this is a pencil case. I'm using a tote bag today. Today is Saturday. It's a really nice, beautiful sunny day, and while I have some natural light, I wanted to do some paintings. I've been making some little sketches in this watercolor sketchbook that I have. Often I paint with acrylics in watercolor sketchbooks, both watercolors and acrylics, because the paper can handle both. So I've been coming up with some sketches of some lilies. These are one of my favorite flowers, and I was looking back at some old paintings of some lilies. I actually made it my YouTube banner for now, but they're really beautiful flowers and they're so much fun to paint. So I'm going to do some acrylic paintings. I sketched this one. It's a little bit hard to see because all of the shading and stuff, I know this is going to be painted over, so I know to make sense of it. I did this one. This is another one I did. It's a little more clear to see. I'm kind of just making up some compositions based on photos that I'm merging together, which I'll show. And those are the only two that I've come up with. I did a little rosebud. I'm kind of just making some sketches for now so that I can make the painting process really smooth. So this is just in a green colored pencil, and I'm gonna paint these later today with some acrylics. And yeah, I'm really excited to get back into this. I actually should go pick up some, like the loose sheets of acrylic paper to paint on, because I really like painting on paper at the moment, and it's a really good way to practice without it being the pressure of like a canvas. I've been coming up with a lot of sketches in my journals of different designs and stuff, like even logos and stuff like that, for if I one day make some kind of art business designs and stuff for that, and stickers and all that. So I want to kind of gather all of those drawings up because they're throughout different journals. I want to gather them up and then kind of translate them into some kind of digital designs that are a little bit more clear. Good afternoon. It is the next day. I've been working on these paintings, well, I was working on them yesterday in the evening, and I want to do a little bit of, I guess, editing, like fix a little bit on this painting and then work on this one while I actually have natural light. This is how far I got on this painting. Sorry, the blinds are making the light kind of difficult to see. The reference photo that I was looking at has a lot of like these very bright neon kind of greens and foresty greens. And oh, I did find the painting. This was the painting that I saw that I made my YouTube banner, and I just really liked this painting. I actually really didn't like this when I made it, but looking at it now, I really love the pinks and the very warm colored greens. It's very loose, it's very messy, but it still is very interesting to me, like the brushwork is. So I might go back and warm some of these colors up, add in a little bit more pinks, like some of the colors that I actually like. I'm going to add a little bit more detail to the flowers as well, because I think I could just push some of it further. This piece I barely started last night. I just kind of put a couple of base colors down, and these flowers are going to be a lot more pink. I will try and show you the reference photos that I've been using. Usually I'll find a reference and then pick a couple of spots from the photo to kind of incorporate into my own composition. I try not to ever just copy a photo exactly. So I'm going to be working on both of these again today, and I will do so while I have natural light. I feel a little bit just rusty at painting in general. I don't really know why. I just it's kind of hard for me to get in the flow at the moment. So I'm going to try my best to work on this. That's kind of the only two that I came up with yesterday as for finished like sketches to fill in. So I think I might start with this one. I hope the painting process in general hasn't felt too like random. I know it's always like a different day, and I don't know if that would be helpful to like note what day it is. It doesn't really make that much of a difference because I really just paint when I have downtime. So I'm gonna get some fresh water and then work on these a little bit more.